I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good afternoon. No time to delay, no time to play because we have some big ones on the program today. This is the JPL review and preview show, and it's going to be a good one. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manning's Man, and it is Super Friday. You know what to do. Big up to all the persons in the comment section. Fresh God, the humble lion, die hard. Man like Jason in the Calabar colors. Dave the Strength is here. Countryman from out of Clarendon is in the building. Yeah, man, bless up yourself. You understand me? The Clarendonians are about to bomb rush the show. I pin a link in there. You know, it is for the Humble Lion jersey. You know, we don't really know about V around here. I chop it on maroons, you know. You understand me? But right now, at the Admiral, not Admiral Bailey, but the Admiral link for the Humble Lion shirts, then we are pinning a star because we have the big man who is here in the house. When I say big, you know, I'm not talking about physical size. I'm talking about dreams and aspirations and coaching. You understand me? You know the price is right because Humble Lion is shining bright in this season. People are saying the old broom them are swept clean. You understand me? The formula is right down there and they have been looking really, really better. We say Fresh God trouble there. Because Humble Lion in the house. But we're going to have some more people. But we're going to bring on Sir Pryce to come and talk to us about what kind of herbal drinking feeding the players down there in Humble Lion this season. Mr. Pryce.
Thanks for having me, Manning's Man.
Greetings, man. Good to have you. Yeah, man. Good season so far. I mean, tell us about it.
And I want to tell you, Happy New Year to you and your listeners and your watchers all around the world. I know you have a large clientele out there in the diaspora and in Jamaica. So I just want to tell everybody all the best for 2023.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year to you too. And just keep dropping them songs on Facebook, you know. Because
yes. Inspiration, daily inspiration.
Yeah. We keep following the music, you know, some old classics. You know, so all the best for you in 2023, your family and the extended family. And I know you still have ties to Boystown, and also down there in Clarendon where you are right now, at Humble Lion, Effortville, and all the surrounding areas, man. All the best this season. Yeah, man.
Yes, definitely.
Right. So talk to us. I mean, this has been, I don't know if you are surprised, but many people are surprised by, though you missed the playoffs by goal difference last season. I think a lot of persons are surprised at the way you started, because generally Humberland is one of those teams that starts out very slow and picks up to the latter stages of the competition. But this season, from almost game one, you have started on fire. You understand me? What are the causes leading to that, and what have you done to really prepare these more mature players?
Well, one of the things is what we wanted to do, management, was to have a mix of experienced players with young players. You know, we don't want to have all the older players out there because, you know, it's a 9-month season and you have to know how to manage them and give them a certain amount of playing time. And, you know, we have integrated the youngsters who have come in and played very well. And I think the experience of a lot of players, you know, people like Andrew Vanze, Xavier and Virgo, you know, Jermaine Christian, who have been in the league, Lavon Williams, who have been in the league for several years. They are really influencing young players to really up their game, and you know they're doing well. And what we want a measure of consistency throughout the entire season. As you have said in the last 2 seasons, we always came up a lot stronger at the back end of the season. What we want to do this year is to maintain our position in the top 6 throughout the competition, so that when the playoffs start, you know, we can be in the mix.
Yeah, and the truth is there has been a mix of like I said, the young gun player. I think even in your last game you brought on a 21-year-old. Though Levon Williams also came on, but I think a 21 and a 20-year-old, 2 year center.
And 20-year-old, yes, two of our, you know, our young players. You know, we have a central defender who's 21. We just transferred him from Tavoy Cold Spring, just transferred from Mid Forest. Young enterprising player, and we look for him to do great things in the future for us. There's also players like Kashim Smalling, a young 20-year-old, and another one by the name of Jaban Smith, another young player that came on in the game against Cavaliers, and you know, did themselves well. So what we want to do is continue to expose the youngsters and allow the experienced and seasoned players to help them along the way, and see if we can get a good camaraderie going on between the teams, so that we can be consistent for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, but what about players coming out of the because I was told that there were a couple of players that were playing in the Dacosta Cup that are actual people had their eyes on, but they were told by one of your most ardent supporters on Facebook, Fresh God, that they are Humberland players. I've not yet see he's putting up all the names. He's putting up all the names here.
Well, to be quite honest, since the January,
Petri, Cremo, Kevin Reed, Taylor, Rodney, are all these players still? Oh, he's asking if all these players are part of the team.
well, one of the things is that some of the names that he has called are not a part of the team right now, but we have had a lot of youngsters from Central High, which, as you know, is very close to the Effortville ground, and a lot of them have been attending training, and we are looking to get them involved and integrate them into the program, you know. They had a miracle run where they, you know, got to the finals of the Costa Cup, and several of those players have made themselves available at training. So we are looking at them, and we want to integrate them, you know, because what we want, we look at a 3-year plan, you know. We have to be consistent, you know. We have to get the younger players involved from now, because we have a lot of aging players, and you know, they're not going to be with us forever. And what we want to do is integrate the young players with them, so that they learn the nuances of the game. So when time comes for them to step up, they can step up and do the job.
Yeah. Let me just give you a couple of these comments. It's Braxton Irie. You know what I mean? Say, bless up, bless up, my name's
yeah, man. Braxton, I mean, used to play for Kansas Spring when we won Major League.
Yeah, you go.
Back in 2006. Yeah, man. Braxton, I'm a brethren.
He was also a coach up there. And then Holmes here says Mike Henry deserves a trophy. You understand me? Then Chris Ray, the Calabar man, says, big up Pryce. I don't know what this is. No, you probably know. He says AMDG Distinguished, OB, Rabala, and
AMDG is yeah, man. That is George's matter, you know, his Calabar. Say that, you know.
All boy. And Calabar honorary member. No, I'm getting it. Okay. Yeah. All right, but so for this season, you're in 6th position, which is at this point this season, last season, you were not. You're in the bottom half, further down the table. You have 4 wins, 2 drawn games, and you have 3 defeats. You're on 14 points. Is that you're satisfied with
Are you
where
there?
you
Yes. To be honest, I would want more consistency, but I'm not going to be too hard on the players because guess what? It's very early. It's just 9 rounds, and as you know, there are 14 teams in the Premier League this season, so you have a lot more games. You're looking at 26 games plus the playoffs. So I mean, though it's early days, you want to establish yourself and have some amount of consistency. And I want the team to play both sides of the field, which is both defensively and offensively. I think we have had up to now, I think only Portmore has a better defensive record than we do in the Premier League. But what we really need to do is
to conceded 6 goals.
Yes, what we need to do is be prolific in front of goal.
Yeah.
Up to the last game, we were second in the goal against Column. So what we need to do is just fix both sides of the field. Be consistent, have a good shape defensively, and keep our forwards supplied with opportunities where they can get the ball in the back of the net. So it's a work in progress. We know it's going to be a long and hard season, and we're prepared for it.
Yeah. One of the other things is how is this working in terms of Humble Lion? Because more and more the games are now shifting back to home venues. I realize JC has now been added to the list of venues that games are being played. Games are now being played. I think you had a game at Effortville against is it Chapelton or I think it was Veer. I think you had one home game actually on your home venue.
We played Tivoli at home during the Christmas season, and this Sunday we are going to play Chapelton Maroons also at Effortville. Effortville was one of those grounds that were approved at the beginning of the season as a venue to host Premier League games. So we are happy that we are able to host games. I mean, the game against Cavaliers that we played at Tony Spalding was our home game, but it was played at the Tony Spalding complex as a part of the doubleheader, as the PFGL continues this hybrid system in which they look at feature games at neutral venues and then give a lot of the clubs home games throughout the round.
Yeah, but you took the lead. Andrew Vanzi got a penalty. You got the lead, and in the second half, some persons were saying that boy looked like the younger legs of Cavaliers. Got the better of Humble Lion in the second half because they conceded, I think, two I'd call them soft goals, or goals that led because of lack of concentration defensively that led to you conceding those 2 goals. Having played so well in the first half, what is your assessment?
Yes, I think it was a tale of 2 halves. I think we played well in the first half. I think we dominated and we should have scored more goals. I think we deserved the penalty and the 1-0 lead. Yeah. But I think in the second half we came out flat, especially in the first 10 minutes. We just didn't come out purposeful, and we allowed Cavalier to get into the game. And like you said, they scored 2 goals that we are disappointed in conceding because one of our hallmarks is to defend properly, especially in the penalty box. And 2 of the goals were identical goals where the balls were scored at the back post. So we were really disappointed. But as the game progressed in the second half, I think we showed a lot of fight, a lot of character. And we had Cavaliers on the ropes for the last 15 minutes where, we made a number of attacks and counter-attacks. And if we were a little bit more clinical in front of the goal, we could have gotten something out of the game. So though disappointed with the result, I was encouraged by the effort that the team put in towards the end of the game.
Yeah, and this Sunday, because I know I don't want to keep you too long. This Sunday you go up against Chapelton Maroons, a Clarendon team. Probably then Cavaliers are probably bothering on who competing for who's the youngest team in the league. They are also coming into their own, having the Costa Cup season ended, so some of their players who played in the tier 2 coming back into the team. Are you looking forward to this matchup? And not going to ask you any score prediction because we know that you have no choice but to predict a win for Humble Lions. I would not ask. I will ask you.
No, definitely, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough match.
One thing I will ask you though, is you have to give me a score prediction for Monday before you leave. But go ahead. That is Arsenal. But
it's going to be it's going to be a tough game. Leonard Tide coach teams are always young, skillful, attacking players, and we expect nothing different come Sunday at Effort. They'll come there with a lot of gusto. They have some good, talented players. A lot of them are in good condition because they're just coming out of the Costa Cup season, so they'll come with a lot of vim and vigor. But I believe that playing at home, we should show our dominance, and it's our objective to collect 3 points. Whether we score 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, it's our objective to get 3 points this Sunday.
Yeah, the one of the things I want to ask you, because in the last couple of seasons, Clarendon schools have won the Da Costa Cup and the Ben Francis. And as you see, I mean, Clarendon School dominated the semifinals of both. Though all the players are not from Clarendon, what is causing this? It seems like, I mean, of all the parishes in terms of schoolboy football competition, at least for the last 3 to so seasons, like a bulk of the quarter finalists and semi-finalists are from Clarendon. But yet we're not seeing that translate, because they're really and truly, Clarendon has Humble Lion, Veer, you could put Chapperton Maroons is in there. You could say Portmore is a Clarendon team. But we're not seeing a lot of the players in those team out of the last 4 seasons. Maybe because I don't know them.
Well, when you look at it, Mannings, man, a lot of teams are in the Premier League that will attract the younger players. A lot of teams have told them if they play for the team, they'll be in the national program. We have had a lot of young players that we have drawn from a lot of these teams. We have players that came to us from Beertech, players that came to us from Denby High. So we are tapping into the resources of a lot of these players in Clarendon. As a matter of fact, 2 of the players that we sold at the beginning of the season to Mount Pleasant are actually players that played in Clarendon. Leonard Gibbison and Murray. He was our skipper last year. They were both transferred to Mount Pleasant, and they both came from schools that played in the Costa Cup. One played for Vera and one played for Garvey Maseo. So, we continue to tap into the local talent in Clarendon, and we'll continue to use them, and we'll continue to give them opportunities. What we are about exposing player. There's a young player that we had named Mullins. He was drafted by Harborview in this transfer window. He got his exposure playing for Humble Lions last season.
Okay. Mr. Pryce will soon be back. We lost him there for a minute, but he will be back. Listen, you see that link that I have pinned right there? It's a very important link. That is the link that you can, it is in the comment section as well. That is the link you go to. If you're a Humble Lion fan, you go directly to that link. You go directly to that link and you can purchase Humble Lion fan merchandise. Right now, you can go there and you can purchase Humble Lion merchandise right now. You understand me? Say if you're a Humble Lion fan, Mr. Pryce is back. Make sure you go over there and shop. You understand me? For the Humble Lion merchandise right now. Go ahead, Mr. Pryce, because we lost you for a minute.
Yes, sorry. So we'll continue to tap into the local players in the Costa Cup in the parish. They're homegrown, and we always encourage homegrown players to come to Humble Lion. I will continue to do it.
Okay. All right. Coach Boris Johnson says, bless up Mannings, man, and Sir Pryce. And then Brian.
Bless up Boris.
Yeah, man. Brian Smutamola said, big coach literally and figuratively. Heal this. Hey, man beat you for that when he play Molines, So.
No, man. Man has a respect, man.
All right. Fresh God, what are the most, like I said, are the Umberland fan, he says, has the club ever thought of using the Central High School field as the club training ground so that the field at effort can be in top condition with just game day matches being played there? I was going to ask you that sort of very good suggestion. Like, could there be a partnership, Mr. Pryce?
Of course, there's a partnership because currently a lot of the training sessions, especially in the final round, that Central High had, they trained up at Effortville. Because as a matter of fact, they use Effortville as their home ground. I don't think the field at Central High is in the condition where it can be used, but I guess with the help of the Member of Parliament and President Mike Henry, we could look at enhancing the Central football field and see if we could use it as a training ground. And he's quite correct. You shouldn't be able to have a field where you train on and a field where you actually play your actual games on. So it's something that we are looking at in the future for our continued development and improvement of our infrastructure in the club.
Yeah, because, say you were to go to in one of those Caribbean club stuff that they have, it would be better that the field that you're playing surface could facilitate games as well, which would mean ideally having something like what Arnett Garden does with Charles.
Yes, Arnett does it with Charles Smith, yes. But as you know, Charles Smith is in very, very close proximity to the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. So, like I said, we'd have to improve the surface with assistance with the school and collaboration with the MP and the Old Student Association and the club to see if we can enhance the field down at Central High. Because, like I said, currently, they play their home matches at Effortville during the Costa Cup season.
Yeah. All right. And maybe this is somebody you need to get, because Coach Pryce, can you relay this message to the club that they need an official Instagram and Twitter page where small training videos, pictures, announcement, posts when we get new players? Just because you're one of the clubs that you don't have a lot of things on social media. Is it that you don't have the resources? You can't.
No, I want to tell you something. We have somebody, but I guess the person needs assistance, and we're definitely looking at it. We have a Instagram fan page, but we need to go into Twitter, into TikTok. That's the way of the future now, where we have to go to social media to reach our fans, and it's definitely something that we are looking forward to in the future, and we are going to put some emphasis on it in the second round of the season.
Yeah, man, because that is so important.
Yeah, that's the way, and especially merchandising, which all the clubs are going to try and go into merchandising now with the gears from Admiral. So it's very necessary that we use the social media platform to promote our merchandising, promote our players, and promote the club's vision and aspirations.
All right, so go ahead. Just tell them about, because I know you have to run shortly. I want you to tell them about the fan gear, how they can access it. I'm going to pin back the link again because Boris Johnson is asking, is Admiral on board with the JPL? Yes, Admiral is the official gear.
The kit sponsor for all the clubs in the JPL. Yes.
Yes.
All they have to do, we like I gave you the link. I sent you the link yesterday. Management. All the supporters have to do is just go on the link, and when they go on the link, they will see all the clubs' home and away gear, and they can just choose the one that they want and click on it, and then they'll be able to get it, whether they use their credit card, debit card, whatever the situation. But all they have to do is just go on the link and follow the various instructions, and all the kits for all the clubs, home and away. So each club would have two sets of kits, a home kit and an away kit. And you can choose. It's $55 US per kit. So it's good, authentic stuff.
Yeah. What about what do you call it, die-hard football fans who are in your age group and my age group who we don't really trust the online thing to put no information. We don't even have credit card. We just like take out the money and go to the venue, in.
What you can do is go directly to the clubs, and the clubs will make it easier for those people who are not too keen on going through the online situation. Yes, they can come all clubs. They can come directly to all clubs, and Umberland is no different. They can come to Effortville. Whenever they come to our games, we'll have somebody who can discuss how they can procure the supporters' replica gears.
All right. Do not have us. They have what Mr. Pryce is saying, Michael, is that they have a social media page, but they just need to be more active on it. Fresh God, there you go. Maybe you can give your time because you are so good at this thing. So he goes on to say, club other than match day coming from a directed Humble Lion fans who want to see the club do better in social media aspect and professional aspect as well.
I completely agree, Fresh God. I completely agree, and it's something that we're going to work on. And we're going to speak to our administrative and marketing arm to, really ramp up our personality in the whole social media platform world. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Seriously, don't be surprised. He's somebody that you could get in touch with,
Definitely.
Yeah, that could. I mean.
Well, I want to tell you, so you can half the year you can give him a number and let him contact me. I don't have a problem.
Because on all of the platforms, he's like the lead moderator. So nobody asks him, nobody pays him. He puts up subscribe, like all of those things. He consistently does. So maybe that's a good connection is being made here.
Definitely, and we value all assistance.
Yeah. All right. This is a good question. Any movement in this window? Meaning movement, in and out.
Yes, there's going to be some amount of activity. We're looking at a couple of players that we believe that can assist the team, and like I told you, there are a lot of Costa Cup players that are coming to training, and we are looking at integrating them into the squad. Players from Beer Tech, players from Central High. So, we're looking at a couple of players, and you might see a lot of familiar faces when the window is over.
One thing I'll say, I haven't seen Visional Harris. Is still on the books at Humble Lion?
No, not right. No, right now, Visional is not with the club at this point in time.
Okay. And I mean, I just think that you need to sharpen up the striker. I know, what's his name, has been carrying the load, the bulk of the load. Cleon.
Yeah, Clennon, Andre Clennon, and we also have Rushian Sharp, another player. So, we just need to be more clinical in front of the goal. And like I said, you can also depend on Captain Andrew Vanzi from the set plays to get your goals.
Free kick, man, penalty. I tell the people, if you're playing against Humble Lion and Vanzi on the field, just don't give them no free kick. It will be very hard for them to score. Don't give them no free kick close to the 80-yard box, so you probably can keep them off the scoring sheet. You may struggle scoring, but I mean, no free kick, no corner kicks, and they're going to probably struggle breaking you down. But we will see. Unseen Sports is here, but Brian says Mr. Pryce have to leave Unseen because I promised him 15 minutes and so many questions coming in. Brian says, man is man, Coach Pryce a good human being, I cannot count the amount of lunch money and bus fare me get from him while I was at Boylston. Hopefully one day I'll be rich enough to pay him back. No, man, wait until you're rich, man. Give the man your salary for next month, man. We have to
No, man, we do it for the love, not for the likes, my brother. Not for the likes, we do it for the love, We just want to help some youth, And I want to big up one of my proteges, Shamar Nicholson. He's currently now in Dubai doing winter training for Spartak Moscow, so he's having a very good season, scoring a lot of goals. So, I want to wish him all the best for the new year and continue in the same vein of farm.
Oh, this guy now, I'm going to tell you about. I think he is in St. Martin's.
Yes.
And he has a player that he has had a long desire to come to Jamaica and play, and it just seemed like it can't work. So I think he says, I have a 21-year-old who can make your team better, which is, I think the player plays is a St. Martin. He's in St. Martin, right, Fabi Frano? I don't know how that would work because I know we have international clearance.
Give Frano, yeah, man, give Frano a number. Tell him so the window close the 31st, so we have to, if we're doing anything, we have to do it quick.
Yeah, and I think I have some clips with him as well that I can send. But clips is not important. It's probably for the player to come out and try. Go ahead, Unseen, with your finger up, like you're voting. Go ahead.
I'm in the classroom, man. Sir Pryce, I have an ex-player also from St. Lucia who contacts me.
Yes.
I did a video with Dina Bartlett, and then, I was saying that maybe I could ask some of the coaches in Jamaica if they would like, international players from the Caribbean. So he said that if I could help him, and I've been contacting some clubs for him, but wasn't fruitful.
Well, like I said, let us hurry. Let us hurry and see what we can do. You can get my number from management, and we can make some contact, and we can look at some videos because, man. So we can look at some videos, and and if it's worth its while for him to come and for us to accept him, then we'll look at it because I want some goals. So if he can score some goals, I'll be interested.
All right. So yeah, man, there you go. All right, unseen. So we're gonna work on that. So Fabi Frano, I will give you Mr. Pryce number. You can call him because he's saying the players ready to move. Like I said, St. Martin. So you make sure he's in tip-top condition. I will tell you this. The Humble Lion team are willing to work hard. You have to, if you want to know, I'm gonna give you a player for you to look at. Look at the player, top wing back. You understand? He should have been playing for the national team in his youthful days. Tell them his name. Them man, they wet.
Xavier Virgo, man. Good work ethic.
Wet before the game start. Them man, their jersey have to ring out before the game started. So that's a good example for him to look at. Probably one of the hardest working players locally. All right?
Yes, definitely. And an inspiration to the younger players, too.
Yeah, there you go. Fabi Frano is saying that the player also played in the CONCACAF Nation League.
Okay, good. That means he has some amount of repute with him then. Like I said, let us look at it. I mean, the window closes at the end of January. So, whatever we do, we'll have to do very quickly. And we look at the opportunities.
Yeah. All right, people, Mr. Pryce have to leave. All right, so when we give, he said, yeah, man, Gabas was just talking about Mr. Pryce. I don't know who Gabas is. Is Gabas?
Yes. Gabas, yes, man. He used to play for Boys Town, Carlos, right? He used to play for Boys Town and Waterhouse. Nice player who grew up in my hands. Good player.
Right, brother.
Yeah, Carlos, right, man. He used to play for Boys Town and Waterhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody saying no more move Bowser.
Well, you never know. I mean, the window closes at the end of the month. I understand that a couple clubs in Turkey have an interest, but believe me, Spartak Moscow loves him so much. I don't think they're willing to release him at this point in time.
Yeah. All right. So any big game on Sunday? Surprise Chapelton Maroon Clarendon Derby.
Yeah, man, another Clarendon Derby. I expect an exciting game. The young lads from Chapelton Maroon is going to come with a lot of running, but we're going to be ready for them, and we want the 3 points more than them. So it's a team that wants it most is going to win.
All right. So tell the people cost to come into the venue. One game, what time it starts?
One game is $500 to come in. The game starts at 3 p.m. Come early. We'll have music, lots of fun, a lot of beverages and food there available. And it's going to be a fun evening. Clarendon Derby, we expect a lot of people. People from Chapelton, people from Lioneltown, people from Maypen, people from all about that will come in and take in a good game of football with two teams that play attractive.
Yeah. All right. Management, another note, ask Mr. Pryce, which team would win a matchup? His 83-84 St. George's team where he was a top defender, or the Camperdown 82 team? This is a person like a Camperdown.
Boy, I want to tell you something. I have always thought about that matchup because in 1982, we were on the way to go to the final where we got disqualified for using an overage player.
Yes.
And I really would have wanted to see that final in 1982 between Camperdown and St. George's. We actually topped the zone that KC was in, and KC went on to reach the final. So it would have been a very good finals, and definitely going back Georges.
All right. So, Sir Pryce, I know you have to leave, so bless up yourself. Brian says you need to get Benji into coaching. You understand?
Definitely. Another good player that has put in yeoman services for, Constant Spring and Boys Town, Damian Benjamin, great player, played beach football for the country also. Yes, I'm going to get him in the country. Him and Kirk Porter doing some things in New York overseas. So
still playing.
Yeah, still playing. So definitely going to see if I can get them matriculate into coaching.
Okay. All right. Sir Pryce, I know you have some things to do. So any other question unseen? Somebody saying that Steve Clark is free, Mr. Pryce. I think Steve Clark is the Arnett Gardner player.
Tell him to shout with me. Time running.
Yeah. Any other question for you, unseen? And then we release Mr. Pryce because he has our next engagement. Any question from you? You're muted.
I was saying no money's man. It's okay.
All right. So, Sir Pryce.
All right, money's man. Yeah, man. Bless up, man. And thanks for having me on the program. And I hope you invite me again.
Tottenham, London, NLD, man.
2 love, man. And 2 love for the Gunners, man. 2 love for the Gunners. Top of the league. 5 points lead. Not looking back. One-way traffic.
All right, so we're glad you confirmed the prophecy. I understand it. All right, Surprise. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day and all the best on Sunday in your game.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me, gentlemen. Big up.
Yeah, man. All the best. All right, bye. All right, there you go, people. So the first one on the show today, Unseen. You hear that, right? Humble Lion making some move. Yeah,
You're
and
going for
making some move.
youngsters.
Yeah, and getting youngsters as well, which is what we want to see. You understand me?
Right.
So it's a good mix to have younger players and older players in the team. We have now we have Brian joining us. He's going to give us a look in as to Mullines United, as they had a not so bad result in their last game.
Almost a bad one.
Almost. They came from 2 goals down to end that game 2-2 down in Montego Bay at Faulklands. So, Brian, talk to me. I mean, you have a game this Sunday as we also welcome Mr. Speed to the show. Your game this Sunday will be against Harborview. A tough one. Yeah, how are you looking going into that one? How the window looking so far? Sir Brian. Brian. Yes, go ahead, Auntie.
Isn't that game playing at the Ashamai Stadium?
Yes, at JC, Jamaica College. That is why I want to hear from Brian what are his thoughts on his team playing there. If it's a home game for them or it's a home game for Harborview, because Mullines actually don't have a home ground, you know.
No. They normally use Constant Spring, but I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but I don't think Constant Spring is in the kind of condition to facilitate games right now. I don't know. Yeah. So
you mean in terms of grass on the surface?
Yeah, Brian, you there now?
Brian,
check. You're muted, you know. You're muted, so unmute yourself and speak, because we're not hearing you. Big up Gunners boss, Fresh God, Fabi Frano. So I'm going to send you the link for Mr. Pryce so you can communicate with him about that player. You understand me? Oh, it's a home game for Harborview, Fresh God says. We have Mr. Speed, who has also joined the stream as well. So Fabi Frano, just WhatsApp the number on the screen. Forget your number sometimes. So many numbers right now. Aston Villa has taken the lead against Leon Bailey with the goal right there. Mr. Speed, welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. See, your team continues to win games. You win your last game, you know, can't lose anymore. I don't know what is happening. Anderson can't stop scoring.
Which one of my team them you attack?
Well, we're not talking the female team because they were defeated by 5-0.
Now we're talking about the Gunners. You know how my
team. But you defeated Humble Lions by 2-1 in the early game on Monday at Arnett Gardens, and then so this week you go up against Waterhouse, a next big game. A later game, it will be played at, I think, 5:30. How are things in the Cavaliers camp?
Well, it's not Waterhouse playing. It's Portmore, the only unbeaten team that left for the competition.
Portmore, the only, yes.
After Mount Pleasant lost that unbeaten tag last week.
Yes. We won't talk about Mount Pleasant right now.
No, it's a reference.
Yes. So how are things in the camp? Any incomings, any outgoings at Cavaliers?
Yeah, we have a new player, Brian Elshot. He's supposed to make his debut this week. He's Surinamese. He's from Suriname. And,
okay.
And of course, every week we still have a youngster who nobody knows who will be coming up in the squad. So exciting days in the transfer window for us. And we're working on another transfer from the Turk and Caicos Island. I won't tell his name because we're still working on it. So those would be our 2 transferring for this window.
And any players leaving the great club?
Well, we sent a couple of players out on loan. Your favorite player, Pope Bone, is on loan at Faulkland. He should turn out for Faulkland this weekend. Cleve, another player, Cleve Gale, We also lent him to Faulkland and another midfielder. So we have lent Faulkland 3 players. And Marlanda Maxwell, we send him on loan to Montego Bay United. So those would be the outs. But we're only carrying 2 in.
Marlanda Maxwell.
Yeah.
Wasn't he one of those regular starters?
Yes. So he lives in Mobay. So he's gonna be at Mobay for the next 6 months. So he's gonna play for Mobay until so we send him on loan, and we're bringing only 2 players. We're only bringing in 2 players, and that's it for us. That we lock our window there.
Okay, but aren't you going to be losing some players as well to the under-17 team? I know that Andre, Adrian Reed, and J. Lloyd Smith, and one other player.
Yeah, we're probably gonna lose I think in the final we might have about 3 players. So yeah, but we're prepared. We have some other youngsters that we can bring in. And we're not worried. We're having a lot of youngsters that we're going to bring in. And they are going to be out maybe until February. But we'll wait until they come back and just use what we have. And that is one of the reasons why we straighten up. Nico Shea Murray also was on the bench the last game. So he's back too. So that's the extent of what the business that we are doing. We do our business early. And then settling down back in the camp to do what we do best. Try and win games.
Okay. Sir Brian, are you back? And then Unseen, go ahead. Oh, Brian,
yeah, man, I'm here. I'm here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon. So 2 come from 2 down to tie 2-2 in their last game, going up against the mighty Harborview, they were seriously beaten in their last game, probably coming out with what people say blood in them eye in this one. I mean, you coming off a draw, they're coming off a defeat. It's a home game up at JC. What are your thoughts? And know that I heard that Makwan Aldridge came in your last game and looked well. Clearance yet for Nicholas Nelson. Go ahead, Brian, and give us a little bit about what is happening down there at Mollines. And people, for those of you who don't know, Mollines right now in the table, they are in 10th position. They have 10 points. They are just 2 points behind Mobile United, Dunby Holden, and 3 behind Waterhouse. So a win for them could just move them all the way up the table because the standings is so close. In fact,
but before Brian start though, management, I want to tell you that they and above you have played 6 times since they have been in the Premier League. They have won 0, drawn 2, and lost 4. So goals scored 3 goals and conceded 10, minus 7. They have only gotten 2 points against Harborview. They scored 0.33 points per game. So that has been the record between Harborview and Pryce.
All right, Brian, you hear the record? Just dispel all of the notion there now. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, history is always important. Just means that we have something to motivate us to try and get the job done on Sunday. Yeah, so the game against Faulkland, that could have really turned out to be a horrific show. I mean, after like about 15 minutes, we were down by 2 goals. Faulkland was down a player. So it was really a game that had a lot of interesting moments. Faulkland actually finished with 9 men. Truth be told, they could have finished with way less. I think the referee was a bit lenient. We missed a penalty as well. So it was just, I think we scored 2 goals in like 4 minutes. So it was just one of those games. The faster we forget about that, the better it is for us.
Oh, Brett, the Harborview man says that you're shaking in your boots after hearing the stats from Sir Speed.
That's all like a J, but no, I mean, there's nothing to shake about. It is what would have happened already, and we don't have any control over that. What we can control is what is in front of us, and we are going there to get a positive result.
Yeah. Any more moves in the window?
Should have a player back. That's all.
Should have a player back.
It's KJ though. KJ, manager KJ Mannings.
I'm getting a little feedback. Let me see if it's Brian. Yeah, I think you're feeding back, Brian. So I don't know what is causing it. So see if I can sort out that feedback. Fabi Frano, remember, you're supposed to just text me right now so you can send you the number so you can reach out to Mr. Brian. There's a feedback on your end, Brian. So maybe you need to sign out and sign back in. It says, Mr. Speed, I am compelled to give you such great honor for what you're doing for Jamaica's football, especially the youth football. I thank you for what you're doing, and I know you're not myopic. All right. Unseen, you had the hand up. What question you want to ask?
Yeah, I was asking Speed for the strike. I don't remember his name. From JC. Are we going to see him back out there?
You mean
no?
Chanel Thomas?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Is he better now when scoring?
He was away for 9 months working on scoring goals. Yes. He was away for 9 months working on scoring goals.
Well, to sit on the bench because there's no way he can displace Anderson.
But what the question is though, he looked like Sir Speed of the formula because he went to Trinidad to do the A license. They taught him how to create goal scorers. All of a sudden, Cavalier started to score a lot of goals, man.
You say the A license working?
Yes, man. A scoring license. You see, the name is the A scoring license.
All right. The leader says, I understand Cavalier is having a top striker returning to the team for Sunday. All right. I think you're a little bit late on your breaking news.
I feel fine out. I feel that's getting dirty.
Brian, Dre says, Brian, you let go the right wing back. What happened there? Thought he was doing good and showing versatility. I think that is Demai Phillips.
No, his name is Kemai Phillips.
Kemai Phillips. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
Okay. So how many players are no longer at Mullines during this window? Like 6?
About 7 or 8, I think.
Wow. Serious thing, drastic things.
But man, can he 7 or 8 people and him just replace them with one? That must be a Superman.
No, he didn't say one, you know.
Yeah, he said one coming in.
No, I didn't say that. I said one is coming in for tomorrow, for Sunday. You are trying to.
You may have had more before that. You may have had that before afterwards. You understand me? So I don't think it is just for, but I think yes. But that's very good though. I mean, if a person is not doing their jobs, then obviously they need to, you understand me? You have to whatever. But I hope the player can find a club because I thought he was one of your better players, you know. But every coach has their own philosophy and way of playing, and if you don't fit that, and then you just go somewhere else.
Well, he didn't tell us the reason. It don't must be footballing reasons. He just didn't tell us the reason. Yes.
It is a footballing reason. Why else would we be releasing players?
I don't know.
It's a footballing reason why. Man, the truth about it still is, you see, how I put it now. I mean, sometimes when drastic things happen, then it calls for swift action to try and fix what occurred.
You sound like a real Chelsea man, you know, man. This is how Chelsea operate, you know.
Martins, leave Chelsea business alone, brother. Yeah, man.
You know,
leave Chelsea business alone, boss.
This man acting like the Todd Bowley of the JPL. The man lose to Mount players and 8 players get dismissed the next day.
Acho? So much?
Yeah. You understand me?
So Faulkland.
Yeah. All right, but you're playing on Sunday at Ashanine at the Jamaica College Stadium, Ashanine Stadium, right? I mean, first time you're playing there. I mean, home game for Harborview. What are your thoughts on that venue?
No, it's our home game, you know, but the JPL is hosting it.
Oh, it's your home game?
Yeah, but the PFJL is hosting it. There, I think that fee is one of the approved venues now.
Okay,
along
so
with Waterhouse and another, I think it's Tivoli Gardens, I think. It's another approved venue.
so wouldn't Waterhouse be closer to you, or it doesn't matter since the JPL is hosting it?
Correct. The latter. It doesn't matter because they are hosting it.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
Waterhouse Stadium is not ready at the moment.
It was approved.
Oh, it was approved.
Yeah, it is one of the approved venues. I don't know why they're not using it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Speed, who you take? And Brian, you want to give us a score prediction? Mullins versus Harborview, and in terms of where you are in the
That would be a
standing.
clear conflict of interest, don't you think?
For you to say your team is going to win, that is not
No, but I'm always going to say my team is going to win.
exactly. That's not a conflict of interest. That's what I expect. But let me ask you this. I mean, based on where you are, the investment and the work that you've put in, are you satisfied with where you are on the table at this point? Or are you believe that you should be higher up the table and steps are being taken to climb the table beginning now that the window is open and you have added some pieces?
We're not satisfied with where we're at. I think we could have done a lot better in a few more of the games. Certainly a few of the games that we came out on the losing end, I think, we could have done a lot better to come away with even a point. But I mean, definitely the plan is to try and improve and to accumulate as much points as possible towards the end of the first round, and then after that we'll have a look at where we're at, and then we'll decide what's the next kind of action going forward.
So you have 4 games before the end of the first round. You win those 4 games, you're probably going to be in the top half. Is that the target by the first round?
Well, again, I didn't hear that part. Repeat that, please.
You have right now, right? You are on Mullins on 10 points. You have 4 more games. And if you win those 4 games, that's 12 points, which means you'd finish the first round with 22 points. Is that a realistic target for the club? Or you have you have recalibrated the calculations and you have something else in terms of target?
Well, I mean, realistically, you would want to win the next 4 games. That's always a hope. I can't tell that we will, but we have some targets in mind, and we'll be working to try and achieve those. And once we achieve those at the end of the first round, then we'll decide what's next. But we do have a point target in mind, and we are on our way to getting there.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. I was just about to ask Mr. Speed. No. Stewart is the leading goal scorer in the league right now. He's on 9 points, but right behind him is Colin Anderson, and also Atkinson is also up there in terms of goal scoring. Generally, Cavaliers don't score a lot of goals. They don't concede a lot. They don't score a lot. And since the A license is the cause of the goal scoring, is it the A license, or they are just, other things that would, contributing to your better offensive play in terms of goal scoring this season?
Manny, I'm going to have to leave for a minute. I'm getting a call and I need to take it. I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Speed.
Well, no, we definitely change our game model this year. So we're playing a little bit different, and I mean, education always make you play better if you use education the way you learn it. So we did some of that too, but the team is playing a little bit different this time because we have different players spirit in the attack. So that is one of the reasons why we're probably scoring so much more.
Okay, I mean, Portmore it has the best defensive record in the league. I think they have only conceded 3 goals.
Yeah, just like Mount Pleasant, they only conceded 4 up the last week.
Mount Pleasant. How Mount Pleasant? And I don't understand. We're talking about Portmore versus Cavaliers, and somehow Mount Pleasant is in the.
No, but they are the
Get to
second
that
best.
game, you know.
They are the second best defensive record until last.
We soon get to Mount Pleasant. We soon get to Mount Pleasant because as far as I know, Mount Pleasant still leading the league, you know. But we soon get to them. Don't worry. But go ahead, Portmore. Yeah.
No, I mean, Portmore, no, they have really done extremely well defensively. Rudolph Austin is really good. He still have some life left in him, and I think playing him at central defense is better than playing him at central midfield, where he has to do more work and can rest much more. He's also protected by 2 center halves. They play with 3, so he has 2 center halves, 1 to his left, 1 to his right. He just sits like a king on a throne and direct traffic from there, and then he's such a good passer. So he's probably have been one of the player of the season so far as a defensive player, and he's calm, cool. And that is probably one of the reasons why Portmore has been able to not lose since the start of the season. So teams coming up against Portmore know that they have to be on their A game to score against them. Consider only 3 goals out of 9 games. That's like unheard of. So they haven't scored a lot either, though. They have only scored 7, which is a bit disappointing. So it's one of those teams that it's the hardest team in the competition to beat, without a doubt, that we're going up against. But something got to give. We are one of the best scoring teams in the competition. Now, we're not so shabby ourselves with defending. So I think it's going to be a great game of attack versus defense. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Again, people, let me just big up everyone in the comment section. Every person who has viewed this, please respect. Lot of thanks. Remember to hit the like button, to like and to subscribe. It's also Super Friday, so please remember to support the platform by giving your super stickers and your super chat. It is Super Friday. Don't miss the opportunity. I also want to remind you that 6:30 this evening we have Kamara David. He is the General Secretary for the Caribbean Football Union. We'll be talking to him about CONCACAF's the Caribbean preparation for the 2026 World Cup. What is the CFU doing to help the different administration across the Caribbean? So please remember to do that. Again, remember to support the channel, right? Super chat, super sticker, and Super Friday. Mr. Speed, listen to this one. Cavaliers have been a little bit open from the transition last season. I'm seeing some improvement this year. Ball retention is better, but you know that the players who are playing in your CDM are not playing. Your midfield is really, you would say, a new midfield.
Yes, but that what he's talking about, the transition, we are better at transition this year, both offensive and defensive. That has been one of our strengths. We have always been a team that can keep the ball. Very good passing team. So we're probably just a little bit more sharper because it takes time. It takes time for you to get there. So we're getting better at it. Yes, the difference in these CDM we got back Allen, who didn't play for us for 2 years, but he's such a good player. He's probably one of the better midfielders in the country right now.
Dwayne Allen?
Yeah, he's very good. People should really look at him when he plays. He's very good. And he gives us a different dimension from a Ricochet Murray, who was a retainer of the ball. Allen is more attacking.
Yeah, Allen is more attacking for true, Sir Speed. Remember, he created that goal for Andy to score in the first goal.
Yeah, he's much more attacking. So, and he plays like he doesn't play like a CONCACAF midfielder. He actually plays more like a European midfielder. So Allen is really good. I think he's one that people are underestimating, and those are the reasons why we're playing much better.
Because of the midfield play. But you have also managed to keep almost the same defensive line, which is from the pandemic. 3 of those defenders and the goalkeepers have not changed at Cavaliers. King, Ming, Leng have been a constant fixture in your defense. Has that stability also, and the partnership and the knowing each other, has that also helped in terms of your play this season? Because the truth is, so far, I think of the last 3 seasons, even the season that you won, I think what we're seeing this year is more enterprising than any of those other years.
Yeah, yes, but there's a different dynamics there. Because Ming is generally coming up on the right side of the attack. We don't have that this year because he's playing center half. So the dynamic, because what he had to do was replace Gibbons. Remember, Gibbons used to play on the right side, so Ming had to drop back. So the dynamic is still a little bit different. But Ming is one of those defenders that I think has the best eye for danger in the league. If you once the danger starts, Ming spots it like quicker than any other defender, and that is what I think makes so much more better stability around the back because he's so good at spotting those, and then he's blessed with tremendous speed also. So he's a good counterfoil to play, on the right side because he covers all of that ground. So yeah, so the defense has gotten better. Also, there's a lot of dynamics. We have probably the 3 fastest forwards in the league in Russell. Russell is no slowpoke. Atkinson and Colin Anderson, they are so quick. So teams kind of know that, okay, you might not be wise to push too much against us. So those help us with defending. So you're defending from the front in those cases.
Yeah, but have you been talking to Ming though? Because I think when you look at international football, say that he was supposed to be called, which is one of my good players. I think the player from Waterhouse, Ricardo Thomas, I think his name is, and Ming. Do you think they are a little frail for the what I would call international, and they probably need to go in the gym and put on some muscle? Because they are not the tallest, and they are not or that doesn't matter.
No,
I mean,
Ming plays center half, but the truth is
no, not Ming.
Oh,
Kyle Ming, yeah.
Yeah, but for a wing back, there's nothing wrong with his frame because if he's a wing back and you have to go up and down, his frame is fine. For a center half, you could put on a little bit more weight, but for a wing back, his frame is fine. He's like almost 6 feet, which is really tall for a wing back in some cases. A few, but that up and down, you can't have those big muscles to run that amount of distance. At centre back, it's less running, so yes, you can put on more muscle. But I think he's fine at right back with what he has. Yeah. Oh, by the way, he's much bigger than the other player that you're calling.
Ricardo Thomas. Because when I look at some of those players now in like the top leagues, like for example, Reece James, these guys seem to have a lot of bulk, but that don't affect their pace. Kyle Walker. And next one, even Cancelo. You look at Ben White for Arsenal. These guys, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Somebody said more strength than muscle, which is true. As long as they have the strength, it shouldn't really matter.
No, but you see, look, you have to understand Jamaica. Yeah. The players doesn't have the money or the resources to put on that type of work. But as soon as they start to earn more, they'll be able to do it.
Okay, that's a good point. Go ahead, Ansin. What were you saying?
But money is man. But Trent don't big.
No, man, Trent bigger than what you talk about, man. Yeah, a TV I watch, man. You want to look at Trent tie, man? Come on, man. Careful now, man.
No, man, but if I tie on them something, he's something to
do. Brother, look at Trent arms and ties compared to Ming and King. Good players, you know.
When last I see King in a real life? Like when last I look on him play?
When last I look at him play?
Yeah.
Then every match where King play, me no watch, brother.
No, I mean watch him like walk past you, look funny.
Oh, you mean when last me walk past King like see him physically?
Yeah, see him physically. You say TV thing not working, so me ask you now.
How King come in the conversation now?
No, Mr. Ask you, because you mentioned King a while ago.
King?
When last I walk past
me talk about how King come in.
When last I walk past Kyle?
The last time I see Cavalier, well, I have not walked past him this season. So you're saying that he has put on weight, put on muscle.
A lot of them put on muscle and look strong.
Okay, all right then that's what I say, man.
That's what I try to say.
Somebody fresh got is saying that King is getting bulky.
Yeah, man, him doing him weights, man, and him working on it.
That's all I'm saying is Ming doing his weights, because I think Ming need to do some weights. You can see that King is putting on muscle.
I mean, I'm not saying they couldn't be bigger. I'm sure they could be, but I'm just saying that Ming, though, I mean, he's playing somewhere because he's so versatile. But as a wing back, I don't know if he needs muscle.
Yeah.
That
I don't know. You know that all of the Cavaliers player almost have the build of the Cavaliers coach. You don't realize that. Look at no, seriously. Look at Busy. Look at Busy. Good player. You understand me? But look at even midfielder Ricochet. You just said that Ricochet and Mr. Speed almost look like the same build. Only Colin Anderson break the mold, but most most of the players kind of take the Mr. Speed. They need to get the youth them in the gym, you know.
Yeah, so we must go to the gym too, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, it doesn't appear like either they don't do it personally, and I understand what you're saying, that maybe they don't have the money to do it, but could it be that they're taking on, like, if you were going into the gym regularly, the players would go in the gym regularly? Because you don't look like you go to the gym.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, man. Maybe
we have some weights. We have some weights now, so I'm going to try and go start lift weights every morning and see if them would have fun.
Yeah, man. Because
we'll send you a program.
Yeah, all right.
But seriously, look who is starting. Look who is starting over the other side beside him.
You know.
No muscle.
What are you talking about? You don't see me in a real life, man. You see me in a real life.
Play ball against him, and as we touch him, same guy.
Oh, nah, man. Which position being preferred, Mr. Speed? Centre back or right back? Somebody's asking.
I think he prefer play centre back, but I'm telling him that he values a lot of money playing right back. I think he's probably one of the best right back we have, in a strong, fast, cross the ball, knows when to make the runs. I think he's just awesome. When he plays the wing back, we get a different dynamics in our team. I would have preferred for him to be out there at the wing back. Especially how we're playing now, would be even better than what you think we are if he's playing.
Yeah. Big up. I saw Military Guna. Big up Military Guna always. Military MG Sports TV always doing a lot of local football. Also see Ryan LFC. Big up Ryan every time. You understand me? Thanks for the love and the support from the fellow vloggers. All right, people, remember it is Super Friday. Hit the like button, the subscribe, share button, and also please remember Super Sticker, Super Chat, and Super Fridays. All right, we're going to look at some other games because there are some mouth-watering clash. I know people are anxious to talk about Mount Pleasant, but before we get there, so we spoke about Portmore versus Unseen. You want to give a prediction? Portmore versus Cavaliers. I have a 0-0 draw.
Well, you know, a 0-0 draw look practical, but based on how Cavaliers going on in terms of the goal scoring department, I believe Cavaliers can dig out a 2-0 victory. Colin Anderson doubling again, or maybe scoring a trick. You know, the A scoring license is working at the moment, and the AAA battery delivering for the Cavaliers.
Everything at A license, Ainsworth, Anderson, Atkinson, BA. Okay.
And then 1 S scoring.
And behind them you have Allen.
There you go. Yeah, that's the man. They now go too far to the alphabet.
So a 4A then, man.
Yeah, but I have a 0-0, but you said that Cavaliers are going to win. I think it's going to be a 0-0 because Portmore only concedes 3 goals, and I know Cavalier have a lot of pace, but the Portmore defend solidly. The wing backs don't generally push up, so I think the pace of Cavaliers is not going to get a lot behind them. That's what I think, because they're going to sit back. I think the coach, this has been the stat coach way. Play for a draw and try to get a goal. I don't think he goes into game saying that we're going to beat this team. He says, listen, we're not going to lose this game. Let's see if we can get a goal.
I think Michael Gardner have it right.
Michael Gardner says Cavaliers win 1-0. All right. Fresh God said Portmore might just start conceding. No. All right. Here's this one. Mr. Speed, someone told me Management was a goal scorer. Can you confirm? Mr. Speed never see me play yet, man. Unseen see me play. Unseen.
Yeah, man, him can play, but he needs to go in the gym.
Yeah, you need to get stronger.
Yeah, as we touch him, the speed, him gone, you know?
Yeah, man, need to get stronger.
Yeah, tell him man, him say I'm there, fall, man, can I touch, man?
Hold you.
All right, so somebody says sport boy, but you were going to say something Unseen. This one says Rudolph is going to school the youths. Oh, he's saying that Rudolph Speed or Rudolph Austin?
Rudolph Austin, man.
All
right, let's look at Unseen. Go ahead. You were going to say something,
so
and then
so the matchup with Austin versus Colin Anderson going to be a good one. I'm expecting.
No, but Austin not playing centre back.
Yes.
Where Austin playing?
No, man, he plays in midfield.
No, centre back.
When last time Sportmore play? Yes,
so he play like a sweeper.
He plays like a sweeper, but
he's the number. He's in between the two other center. They play 3 centre halves. He's in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is gonna cause I know they're gonna use him to try and to nullify Anderson in that game. That is obvious, the tactics going into that game. If not, they're gonna be in serious trouble. No other defender I think can stop him from the Portmore team. You understand me, man? So it's gonna be interesting to see that clash up. And next thing they can't to overcompensate on Anderson because you have Atkinson and Ainsworth, who is very dangerous. Very dangerous. And one of the things I must congratulate Speed with is the development of Ainsworth. That player is 17-year-old.
Yep.
Europe are missing, man.
I learned something, right? That players, let me say it this way. If you're not 18, it's very difficult, almost impossible based on some rules now for you to leave. So all of this thing about 17-year-olds leaving Jamaica for Europe, it's not real. Let me just put that out there. And I got something that shows what the rule is where European teams are concerned. So
it's not just Europe. Man. The rule is if you transfer out of your jurisdiction, you have to be 18 before you can sign a contract in the next jurisdiction. You can sign a contract in your own jurisdiction under 18, but you can't go over borders and sign the contract. So that's not just Europe, everywhere in the world.
Okay, it's not just Europe, but yeah, I got it. All right, let's look at the Mount Pleasant versus Veer game, a game that I'm expecting Mount Pleasant to rebound, having suffered their first loss, 3-2 to Arnett Gardens. A lot of people are concerned, a lot of criticism. The coach has been coming under attack. Players are disgruntled because they're not getting enough playing time, and that players, all kind of rumors out there that people planning on leaving, people want to leave. But here's what I know, that when you have a team that is compiled of many stars, somebody gonna complain about game. So I will use this to say to people, if you want to play regularly, don't go to certain teams because there's no guarantee. Like if a youth say right now, I want to play every week, I'm not going to send him to Cavaliers if he is a forward because he must go wait on Anderson, he must go wait for Webster, he must go wait for Busy because those players are ahead of you. And we have to look at it that way.
No, but I don't want you to say that because Russell came and him gone 2 goals and he's playing. And as Fresh got pointed out, he's as fast as Colin Anderson. You probably not realize it.
Yeah, man, him quick, very agile. He's just not scoring.
Him gone 2 goals. So.
Yeah, but 2 goals, he get a lot of work. He reached the position where he could have scored some more goals.
So leader, if you know that there is turmoil in the Mount Pleasant camp, players not happy and want to move as the club is overstaffed, come on and call in, man. The line is open and tell us about it because you have some information that we would love to hear.
Send him the link.
No, man, let him call
Leader, nobody call him because management know everything we happen down there. Management, let me ask you, leader, is there another trials going on? I see in the transfer room, I see Shade going down there There's a lot of
Shade?
people.
Shandy James. Shandy James is at Chopperton Maroons.
Nicholas Hamilton, I see them rumor again. I mean, what is happening?
Nicholas Hamilton is still at Harborview. He will be turning up for Harborview. I know he had some issues.
That's those rumors on Instagram, man. Rumors on Instagram.
Rumors.
They start some posts. Some posts from one of our.
Right. So is it true that Montpezant still looking for players? That's what leader is asking.
I mean, every team is looking for player.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. So leader apparently have all the information. He's saying that Hamilton not going. People, when leader say things, I would say to take it with a grain of salt. I cannot confirm anything or deny. That is leader. What I know is this. That every team where there's a whole heap of players in the same position, they are going to be disgruntled. So let me give you an example. Donovan Segree was a starting player last season. He has not started this season.
Of course, he started the first match and was the captain.
Yeah.
And was the captain.
He has not
was the captain.
Yeah. So we have a call coming in. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can take this call because I just got disconnected. So let me see if I can take this. See if we can get this caller. We still call you about caller. We're just setting the call in.
Fabi Frano. Right. Yeah, that's true. Bygrave is no longer overseas. He's here. We're not sure which club he's gonna turn up at.
I have a feeling that you could see Bygrave lined up for Mount Pleasant Monday. I have a feeling through the grapevine that Bygrave the birds just dropped me some transfer paper and I see Bygrave that
one is my you don't have paper.
Hello? Leader? We're not hearing this caller. Let's see.
So hold on. Management. So like leader onto a good thing here now. Because if you have some more transfer people there from Mount Pleasant, it means that more people going. So if more people going, I mean, I know you are the Galacticos. It's either one or two things. It's either Mount Pleasant stockpiling the players to weaken teams, which could be applied, or as the leader say.
All right,
you hearing me now?
Yeah, man. We have the leader now. So the leader, you said that there's turmoil at Mount Pleasant. Tell us about it, man. What is going on down there?
But Manens, I think you probably know more than me, but you're trying to keep it quiet too.
I am trying to keep it quiet too. So who is keeping it quiet?
It's look here. It's on the road that a lot of players that have gone down there. About what's happening.
So I didn't hear that part. A lot of players who have gone down there. But aren't you like the agent for a couple of those players?
No, don't call any name. Don't call any name, please.
No, I didn't call any names. I'm just saying, are any of your players unhappy?
Yeah, I can't say. I can't say. But what I do know, when you mind, I can tell you about one that you mentioned for Harborview, that yes, they have contacted him, but they're going to wait till he's a free agent to get him. So they're still looking to bring in players, but not yet. They're not going to spend anymore. So I'll just say on that.
So you're saying that the players want to leave and they try to contact a player from Harborview?
No, I didn't say where. I just said a player.
You said Harborview?
I didn't know. I didn't say Harborview. I said a player. I didn't say a player. You probably know I didn't say Harborview. I did not. You can check it back. I didn't.
What did you say? Say what you said again. Just...
I said a player. They are trying to contact a player that they want to get, but they'll wait until the end of the season. And the player is free. I didn't call any name.
Until the player is free. Okay.
Yes.
But when I said Nicholas Hamilton,
a top striker.
No.
Well,
listen.
I did say he's not going now. I said I wrote that he's not going now.
Yeah. That way I said, so you said Nicholas Hamilton is not going.
But man, he's the one that is touted to go down
there.
No.
He's the one who is
touted to go down there based on reports on Instagram.
He's not going. He's not leaving.
Not now, maybe.
I can confirm that. And the negotiation is going to happen with Hamilton. I will probably be doing that for him because we spoke up to the other day. So at this moment, it won't happen. Not yet.
Okay, so you're
unless Mount Pleasant breaks the bank, which it looks like they might very well want to do. So let's see.
Okay. All right, super agent. But I mean, I know one of your players are very happy there.
Yeah, man. All our players are good there. All the players are quite good. I don't think our players have any problems.
Okay, all right. But isn't it true, leader, that when you go to a team that has top players or players in the same position as you go there knowing that you stand the chance of being on the bench?
Yes, but look here now. Look at a situation where a player would be starting, right? But once a change of personnel or coach happens, sometimes that coach brings in his own players for particular positions. Yeah. So a player that would have started every single match last season would go out of favor under a new coach.
All right, so let me put it this way. So I am at a club and I play left back. And I see you back.
All right, back.
So I'm saying me, I play left back.
Yeah. Oh, you actually do.
I play left back.
Okay.
So you get a player who is a starting left back from a top club to come to the club. All right?
Right.
Now I begin to think like, if I am your starting left back and you go and get a starter from a next club who play left back, chances are you're planning to put me on the bench.
Okay, there's no problem with competition. But continue.
Right. So I have two choices: to leave immediately or to play so well that I have to start. Those are the two choices.
Let me give you a scenario. Well, let me just expand on what you just gave there now. The two left backs are there now, right? And one, the starting left back that was brought in, gets injured and cannot play. And the option is to move the right back over to, say, the left back position and bring in the substitute right back. What does that tell the left back now? That he's almost a third string. Because when the actual left back who he's competing with gets injured and he's expecting, okay, well, it's my time now. But he notices that the right back is moved over there and then the substitute right back goes there. That tells enough of a message.
Yeah.
And for players, because there are some players, who are playing to catch the eye of the national selection committee. So when they notice those things are happening, they're not going to be too pleased.
So as a super agent, aren't you supposed to be working so diligently so that if your player not getting enough time, you can broker a deal for them to move?
Let's see what happens. The month isn't finished yet.
Okay. And any European transfer this window? Because we know you are the Fabrizio Romano of Jamaica Super.
I have no players that they're overseas. I just assist some of those locally with the local thing for now.
Yeah,
okay.
And you know that a next player who was overseas that played in a competition in the Trelawney knockout for a team called Holland FC, is a player called Christo J. Daly. I was so surprised. And he scored. He was overseas at the same team, Copa, that Pryce was.
And he's back.
He's back in Jamaica.
His loan deal is up.
Before he left Jamaica, he was at Harbourview, but he's playing in the league in Trelawney in the knockout.
Well, it looks like the plan is for him to probably go back over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I heard that the Arnett Gardens captain is on the move as well.
Yes, I did hear that. He's actually my neighbor. I heard that also. But I'm hearing two things, so I'll have to find out which is the right one. But
Unseen, who is very close to the Arnett Gardens program.
I heard that Gotchi wants to move to Harborview, and Shea Smith coming into Arnett Gardens team. Yes, Shea Smith is coming to Arnett. That's confirmed.
There's also interest in Guthrie overseas, so it's not just local. There's something else in the pipeline.
Okay. All right. So I mean, all right, we're talking about the JPL. Why I don't know. I mean, Mount Pleasant, like I said, one thing I know is that Nick Daly should be ready to play. Because, they got him. This
really? So who is he going to play over now?
That don't mean he's going to bench. That don't mean he's going to start.
Oh, well, let's see how they do the thing, because where's Mr. Bygrave signed to right now, by the way? I'm just wondering.
I don't know where he's signed, but I know that he's we could see him turning out.
I've been seeing him at Mount Pleasant matches. I've been seeing him down there.
Yeah, but when you see him at the Mount Pleasant matches, there is also other teams playing, including Dunby Holden.
Okay. Oh, because I did hear that is where he's going to be ending up. But I
think he's going to be playing at Mount Pleasant. I think so. That one I can say that.
When we have something now with Bygrave, Nick, oh my gosh, come on now, man. It's getting a little bit ridiculous, but
what is ridiculous?
Think I understand.
What is ridiculous?
No.
So if you have,
Mount Pleasant wants to win the league, and if the way to win the league is back.
If
so it's
go ahead.
Club teams have done it. It can work.
It can work, because what I'm saying is simply this, right? Here's what can happen, right? You want me to tell you what can happen? You hear me, Leader? All right, so very simple. All right. Say something is wrong with Stewart. Then you have an Atafari Bygrave. Or a Nick Daly, you can go too far.
Well, look here, we're talking about Holland. As far as I know, that's 5 or 6 player deep right now,
Yeah.
But as I'm saying, let's see.
Okay.
What is wrong with that?
I understand that the fitness trainer is quite good. It should not be a big issue for them, even though I don't know what happened the other night. But they have one of the top trainers in the business down there. So I don't think you're going to have many injuries, in the Mount Pleasant camp.
Okay. All right. But listen, Mount Pleasant people, don't panic. They just lost 1 game out of 8. And it seemed like, and it's a 3-2 game. And Suley McCullough got a goal that he could have scored to make it 3-3. Arnett Gardens play better. So I don't know why, the coach is being questioned, the transfer policy is being questioned, the team is being questioned. It is just 1 game, and they still lead the table. And they're probably going to rebound.
Yeah. They lead the table by how much?
By 1 point to a Cavaliers team that have
over which team? Over Holland. They lead the table. They lead the table over a team with what is the average age of the team that they lead it by?
You tell me. Well, I have the person right now. What is the average age of Cavaliers, Mr. Speed? You're muted.
19.5 years.
Yeah, 19.5.
19.5.
Yes.
And how many recent national players are in that team? I think maybe 2.
In which team?
Come on, man.
No, man. Let me give
in the Cavalier unit.
Let me give you
about
them.
2.
No,
recent national.
Yeah, let me give you them. Let me
recent.
Let me get Lord of mercy, no man. You ask the question.
Let me hear them.
You ask the question.
Let me hear them.
You ask the question. I have to answer you.
Okay.
Busy. King.
Mm-hmm.
JD White.
Can stop now.
No. JD White.
I said recent.
JD White. JD White was in the national team last year.
Within the last year.
JD White was called to the national team last year.
I'm trying to remember what match that was last year in 2022.
Go and
that
check
was
it. Nations League and World Cup qualifiers and friendly games last year. Jaden White. And many
Remember,
people,
we're in 2023 now.
are saying,
Remember, we're in 2023
you
now.
say
You know,
in the
we're
last
talking
year,
about 2022.
if you're talking about from January, then there's nobody from no team because nobody not get called up. January just start. This is the what leader,
No,
man.
I know. I talking about for 2022. But yes, he did get a call up in 20. Yes, he did. Now I'm just remembering something. Yes, he did.
Not only that,
So I should have made that
you have
more
also
recent.
Vino Barkley, who plays for a national team.
Okay, so we can. Okay, we round it off at 5.
You also have a Suriname.
We round it off at 5.
You have a guy from
You round it off at 5.
You have a Suriname player. You have a Turks and Caicos player. These are all. What is wrong with your leader?
We have what? No, Mannins, come on, look here. Come on now, come on.
They're
now.
national
Mannins,
players.
No.
Yeah.
No, Mannins, look here. Okay, let's give it and call it 7. And let's compare to now.
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant has how many there now that are recent nationals?
In recent times. In the last year, Alwyn Harvey, Jamai Topi are the only 2 persons who have played any game for Jamaica.
Phillips.
Phillips in the last year. 3. Who else?
Hold on there.
In the last year.
You're forgetting the Cameroon.
What about Stuart?
Stuart.
What about
Campbell?
Campbell not play for the national team. He play for the under 20. Devante don't get
national call, man.
He got called up for the
No, man, he got a national call.
Devante Campbell got called up.
Hold on, did you mention Alwyn Harvey?
Ricardo Morris.
Alwyn Harvey.
Hey, Lord have mercy.
No, man, Ricardo.
Let me answer you, man. Let me answer you. Devante Campbell, let me answer you. Devante Campbell got called when Jamaica played the game against Peru. That's the only time he got called.
That's the same thing. That's why I gave it to Jaden White. So you can't be disingenuous now. And then
let me finish now, man. Ricardo Morris has not been called to any Jamaica team in the last year.
In 2022?
Which game? No game.
Look.
No, Ricardo Morris not getting a call, man.
Not in 2022. Alwyn Harvey. Let me give it them. Alwyn Harvey, Stewart, Phillips, Topi, and Mad Dog. Those 5.
Mad Dog get called up.
Well, he got called, but he didn't even travel. So 4. 4.
Anyway, Mannins.
Less than Cavaliers.
You know. But sometimes
Hey, Maxwell. Leader, don't make Mannins man beat up. You come without facts, sir.
I have a fact on it, you know. But as I said, I just was not because I know differently, but let's not. Anyway, Mannins man.
Big up yourself.
I will type in.
Well, Duxley is there as well. You could call
what is wrong with Duxley?
I will type in the names.
All right, type in the name. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay.
What is wrong with Duxley?
Right. Yeah, man.
Well, Duxley has an injury. So that's what I've heard, that he's injured. But I hear that
but I think Duxley can make a difference in that midfield.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't know still, but I just think that, you know, the midfield, to challenge some of these teams, you have to be at a younger age.
Yeah? I don't know. But they're going up against Veer. The truth is, this is a game that you'd expect Mount Pleasant to win.
Yeah, man. I think they're going to win this one.
Yeah. Like, it's almost as if they don't win this one, there is going to be questions about the coach. Right? Regardless. No, I mean, the fans are going to question the coach. This is just how it's going to go. But they're expected to win this one. Not because Veer is a very good team defensively, but I think the firepower of Mount Pleasant, because Stewart is in good form. I think right now he and Anderson are probably the forwards in the league and in the best of forms. And you have to give it to him. But there are other areas of that team that needs to be fixed. As a Mount Pleasant fan, I don't know. I just think like as good as Richie has been, Richie has to play center back in some games because he's better there. And what I would say is that midfield, you cannot go up against Arnett Gardens and Cavaliers. Those teams with them young guns, with Ladiel Richie playing in the CDM as an experience. I don't think he has the foot speed to manage that. Same thing, I don't think having him and Ricardo Morris in the midfield at the same time is the best decision. Because right in the spine right there, you'd have you have slow pace because Dyer, good defender, but I think again his pace and Topi is not fast. If you have a Ladiel Richie in there along with Ricardo Morris and a Suley McCullough, a lot of pace has been taken out of the team. So if I were the coach, I'd probably put in younger legs in the midfield, which would help me to protect the back line even more so. And then for certain games, when you're playing against the what I would say the older teams in terms of age group, then you can drop Ladiel Richie in there. But I think that is something they're going to have to fix. They're going to have a number 10 who wants to play in the number 10 position and is going to stick to that number 10 role and not be playing here, there, and everywhere on the field. I think also that is something that Mount Pleasant will have to address going forward. They're also going to have to look at the right side of their defense, right? Because for the last 3 seasons, they have conceded most of their goals from the breakdown of play on the right side. And that is not just the right back job, but the person normally playing in front of that right back has to provide more coverage, and the midfielder who is supposed to cover that right side will have to go out there. And Coach Whitmore and his coaching staff have to get these things going because they are scoring. There's no way they should be conceding 3 goals. At least, against Arnett Garden, because you know that Arnett Garden are going to come and play a lot of pace going forward. So you have to force them to play through the middle. You can't give them width in the wide areas. Force them to play in the middle. It's just like if you're playing Cavaliers, you have to shut them out on the wide areas. Let Cavaliers break it down, going through the middle. See if they are good enough to create through the middle of the field. But don't allow them to play to their strengths, which is using the wide areas. But Mr. Speed is the A license coach. I am the Y coach, which is the YouTube coach. Let me hear what he has to say.
I have nothing to say about Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant have the whole national coaching staff. Them know them things. So I have nothing to say about Mount Pleasant. Except to say that maybe them Arnett Garden them probably just set up bad to play against the Arnett Garden team. Everything have to do with the organization. So if your organization good, certain things just happen naturally. So Arnett Garden was one of those running teams. So you have to kind of understand what type of pressure you're going to get. And I just thought that they didn't commit enough people forward to put some real pressure on Arnett Garden, so they had to defend more. So I think that was the difference that night, actually.
Yeah. What about this Waterhouse versus Tivoli game? Tivoli, I mean, they have been struggling this season. Looking better, like the way I was Jeremy and Johnson talking to his players consistently in terms of giving them input from, as a coach and putting hand on the shoulder. But sometimes that is not enough. The tactical setup of the team and all of that is very important. They have conceded 13 goals, only scored 8. They are on 7 points. They're going up against a Waterhouse team who have been slowly, creeping up the table. They have only conceded 6 goals, so though they have lost some games, it's not like they are far off, because they have 1-4. Waterhouse is one of those teams that they will either win or lose. So this game, I think they are going to either win it or they are going to lose it because they have only have 1 drawn result out of 9 so far. Go ahead.
Yeah, that is Cavalier too, and Waterhouse and Mullines only have 1 draw, so it's not so unique. But Waterhouse, I told you last week that they are going to surge. You see when team have good institutional makeup in their clubs, like they will have like players who they can go back for. They will have players who just don't hit top form yet because they would have an abundance of those type quality players. They would have players just below the surface who were not playing, who see this now as an opportunity to step in and play well. So I always knew that Waterhouse was going to surge, and they have surged in the last. They have won back-to-back games. Struggle against Faulkland. I thought the coach was elated when he won Faulkland 1-0. Came against Harborview. This was not the usual Harborview, so they walk all over Harborview 4-0. So Waterhouse has gotten in the last 5 games 10 points. So they have moved up to 13 points and dropped into that number 7 slot and surging and getting very motivated to come up the table. So on the other hand, Tivoli Garden, don't take them lightly, though, you know. They have only scored 8 goals, conceded 13, and they have had some close games. They drew with Harborview, I think, and then they drew with Portmore. So that tells you that they have the ability to play well whenever they want to. So I think it's not going to be so easy for Waterhouse, you know. It's not going to be as easy as they had it against Harborview, but I still think that they get into their strides. Marcel Gill is such a good coach, but I think he'll eke out a win over Tivoli Garden. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a draw. I wouldn't.
Okay. Unseen, what you have to say about this game? And then one of the things I want to ask you, Unseen, will we see players step up now, knowing that, like the national coaches in Jamaica, he's probably going to be watching players. Will players now like says, yo, I need to make sure that I have my A game on. What are your thoughts, Unseen? Waterhouse versus Tivoli, national coach being here, and players now are probably saying, boy, no, I need to impress.
I think, Waterhouse is going to win that game. They look better. First from the season start, I'm seeing was really sitting down, don't really have to say anything, and was really. It was really surprised, based on how the team played against Harborview. And, they really did a wonderful job against them. Scoring up 4 goals. Bradford looked like, he, in that game, looked a cut above the rest. Like they can't take the ball away from him. And I think one is, man, with the coach, talking that he's here and he's going to look at some local-based players, everybody is going to want to put in a different level of work on the field because the coach is going to watch them. Also, I think the coach can't be at every match. So he has person, maybe, he gives person responsibility to look at players for him as well.
Okay. All right. So as a leader put up some names. Let me just correct this for you. Leader, Rankin has not been called to the Jamaica team in the last year. Fletcher has not been called to the Jamaica team in the last year. Isaacs have not been called to the Jamaica team in the last year. Duxley has not played for Mount Pleasant since he has transferred. Richie has not played for Jamaica in the last year. Morris has not played for Jamaica in the last year. So your listing is not accurate, leader. That is false information based on what you had said. Somebody saying that McGregor going back to play for Tivoli. He's going back. You hear that one, Unseen?
It's not Miss McGregor.
The selector.
Yeah.
This one says Deborah Gray find some good form, But not only that. Go ahead, Unseen. All right, Unseen breaking up. But also, what I would say is that the Howell brother that has been added, you're breaking up, Unseen. Kenroy Howell, every time he plays for Waterhouse, he always looks good. He comes in first game and he's on the ball already, scoring and working diligently and hard. So it was good to see him back as well. I think he makes a difference to how Waterhouse plays. And they are getting players back. So like Mr. Speed said, you could see them resurging up the table, because I think Kenroy Howell gets this team ticking. Devroy Gray is also a very good forward. He has been playing well. Shaquille Bradford. So when you look at this Waterhouse team, you know, Foster in goal, the other Howell, the captain, Ricardo, well, he's not there, Denardo. They have some quality players. You understand me? So don't underestimate them. They are still a good team. You understand me? They're still a good team, and you know, look out for them. They could pose some problems as the season progresses, especially come to the end. But I think, though, the fact that the national coach is here and the coaching staff is basically here in Jamaica, I could see this, you know, just pushing players. There's games coming up in March to play better because they want to, you know, perk the interest of the coach for a call-up. So we will see players on the fringes of the national team, right? And the national team really, I think, stepping up their game, hoping to get themselves in the national setup, knowing that the coach is here and he's probably going to be at games and watching games. So we should look out for that. Look out to some added quality in terms of the players' play, right? Unseen, go ahead. You were saying something.
Then internet look like it's shaky.
Yeah.
Hold on. You hear me?
You're breaking up still.
You hear me now? Better?
I hear you, but you're breaking up.
I was asking how a selector gonna play. You understand me, based on the type of work that he does.
Well, maybe he's going to stop selecting to play some football, or maybe he has stopped. I don't know.
That will never happen. That will never happen. That will never happen based on the brand that he created in the selector world.
Okay. One of the things I want to find out is simply this, though. There is a game tomorrow, Almanin versus Alda Costa. There are many of the Clarendon College players in that team, and some of them play for Chapelton Maroons. Will they play the Premier League game on Sunday?
That's a good question, Malins, man. I guess, you know, remember you can register a lot of players. Only 5 of them can play in a game, you know.
But the six of the better ones are, you'd expect them to start for you're going to expect Hodges to start. You're going to expect Reed, Malachi Douglas, Kaheem Dixon, Akima Jones. If those 5 play, Kopi. So if all of them are listed to play, meaning that even if only 5 you can register, it would mean that none of the Clarendon College players would be. Will they go and play that game and then go and play?
Maybe they have a plan, you know, to play them a couple minutes and then take them off.
Yeah?
Maybe they have a plan to play them for a couple minutes and then take them off. I don't know.
Couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Yes. So what I was thinking is that why Issa would not have selected some other players. Like, couldn't those players opted to not play? To say, no, we're going to play in the league? Because it's not like the team preparing. It's not like the team have been training. You know? Like, even...
Two teams are training.
Train when and where?
All right. So, I'm sure about the Almanin team.
So Satchel not going to play for Portmore?
No, and Satchel was training with the Almanin team at the Ashimai Stadium.
So he's going to play for Portmore.
Satchel,
Blake,
Whisper, Blake, all of them were training. So I guess the Alma Costa team would have been training as well.
Well, let's see. We have Brian back. Brian, you hear what I've been talking about? This Alman in Alda Costa game before the JPL game. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wasn't listening, you know. But I mean, Well, I don't think the Money Cup people are too concerned about what's going on in Premier League because they are doing their own thing for their own cause. So it's just up to the Premier League teams to plan accordingly and ensure that the players that they have who are playing in those competitions, they can find a way to strike a balance in terms of how many minutes they play or whether or not they'll give them for the weekend or stuff like that. So, because I don't think the Money Cup people will change what they are doing.
So you're a player, Makwan
I don't
Aldridge.
know.
I'm getting a feedback. Makwan Aldridge will be playing Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going to speak to him this afternoon and we'll decide.
All right. The other question is that given what Unseen has just said, Unseen said that the players have been training. How does a player not train with his Premier League team and then go and play Premier League?
No, man, they train in the night. They train in the night. Or in the evening, late evening, going up towards, well, that doesn't affect us because we have been training morning for this week. So, but as far as I know, they train in the night. Or in the late afternoon, I guess. Because they train up by JC, which have lights and stuff.
JC feel good.
Someone is man on YouTube.
I've never been there.
Someone is man on YouTube and Richie Sports. You see the video with Whisper and everybody too.
All right, what Mr. Speed is saying is that because my thing is this, couple of things. Because I hear somebody else saying that the JC field is not good. I don't know. I've never played on it, so I don't know. They say it's not good quality. But how comes the players? I don't think Mr. Speed have any player playing in the game that is a part of the Cavalier squad. I don't think so. But
in which game?
The All-Man in all the Costa Cup game tomorrow.
I don't know. Unless unless like Good knows it, but Good probably was on our best friend, but he's in national under 17.
17. Yes, so my point is, what do the players, so the players go and play the All-Man in game. How do they go back and play Premier League game the following day?
But why do they have to?
But that's what I'm saying, like the Chapperton Maroon team, like 6 of their players.
But man, they can't do it without them, you know.
They can't play more than 5 of them, you know.
No, man, I'm talking the All-Man. There are at least 6 of them that will start in the All-Man in all the Costa Cup game.
Man. Yeah. Every day there's a thing named choices. I have to make a choice.
Yeah. But here's this Mr. Speech. Fresh got this.
Premier League is not for amateur players, you know. It's for professional players.
All right. Fresh God says more than 5 start last game with some on the bench. He's talking Clarendon College players who play for Chapperton. So does that mean that some of those players have become professionals?
I don't know the details of their thing, but I know that the league does not allow you to use more than 5 at a time. If they did that, those players will be ineligible. And you know what happens when you use ineligible players.
Right. And then there's a next comment saying that Lenny Hyde saying him getting 2 players from Arnett. One is Shandy James and 2 players from Mullines. You can
ask Brian, know that again.
Yeah, Brian, you can tell us about that. We had 2 Mullines players have been joining the Chapperton Maroons.
There is a player there that used to play for us, but he wasn't our player. We got him on loan. But we would have ended that agreement, so he's there now. I don't know about the next one, but maybe Lenny knows more than me.
Yeah.
Yes, because he's a receiving coach, so you know what I'm getting.
I will be the giving manager, so I should know what I'm giving. Don't you think?
Unless it is stolen.
Yeah. Unseen, anything else you want to ask about the weekend's action? Because we just understood, I just found out that there is a little change. So
yeah, but my name's to be honest, though, you know, you see, even with this the whole amateur rule and players playing schoolboy football and stuff, whoever is going to the Premier League, they have a duty to know what the Premier League rules are, and how you engage in it. So the moment you enter, you can't enter the league and then say the league must change their laws to suit your benefit. That would be something like a dictatorship. So if you're going to the Premier League has been have their rules for a while now, so you should know what the rules are, and when you go there, you abide by the rules, or you find a way to fit in. So, yeah.
I agree with you. Maybe the Premier League need to start giving out a booklet to the new teams coming in so they know the rules, like the administrators, and maybe they do that. They meet with the administrators of the club, and then so when they come in, they know all the rules. Well, I am thinking that it is up to the administrators of probably the clubs to find out what are the rules governing player transfer, all of those things. You have to find out those things before you come in. There should have been some consultation, some sort of meeting leading up to them playing their first game in the league.
Man, there's the Premier League have what they call the rules and regulations. It's a document where you know what they say about. If you don't want anybody to say anything, just write it down. So we have rules and documents written, and it's sent to all the clubs. So all somebody has to do is just read the rules and regulation. Who is supposed to go and spoon feed anyone when every competition that I know, including the ISA competitions, they have rules and regulation, and you have to read them to know what it is. And it is a responsibility of the person who is taking part in the particular competition to go and read the rules and abide by them, because if you don't, there's always sanctions if you don't, right? So one of the beauty about football, whether it's World Cup, or any cup, or local leagues, a properly run competition has rules and regulation, and it is geared so that no team get an advantage over the other team. So it was just I think it was just a matter of misunderstanding, and I don't know if it is an issue anymore, because Capital will definitely know what they have to do. As you can see, they have gone for 4 professional players that will help to bolster their ranks in the window, and I'm sure that they'll do better in the next part of the season. I don't know why Chris Gaines, when he's saying only if Ainsworth has stayed at Calabar, I don't know if Ainsworth had a choice and he could have stayed. So that we'll have to check out.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Unseen, what say you on this matter?
I've never heard the question of the breakup in the triple.
Okay. Is it 14?
On the same Capital Maroons?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, as I said before, I think before the youngsters came into the team, they were using other players. So, depending on what is the objective of Clarendon College want their youngsters to play in that competition, and I think they're going to do that. So I don't know if there's any scout coming to watch them or whatever. Maybe that is the reason why they want to play or something. You understand me? And at the end of the day, maybe they're gonna select a team that goes overseas to play in the tour in America. Remember that game that they always play? The last time Peter McGregor went, he scored about 6 goals in that competition, in that game. In 3 games, he scored 6 goals. So maybe that is the reason why everybody wants to play.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we have a couple of minutes to go. The time for our interview with the General Secretary for the Caribbean Football Union, we had it for 6:30, but it will be 5:30 in Jamaica and 6:30 in the Eastern Caribbean. So it is 5:30, so which is around an hour away from now. But good game of football lined up this weekend. Want to thank all our guests. Arnett? You mean so we're not talking about Arnett?
We never dare when I talk about
You talk about Arnett. You go ahead, talk about Arnett.
Who playing again?
You want to talk about Arnett, and you don't even know say Arnett and Dumbe holding a play. Me not go around with you and see.
Because we don't really I think them can beat you. You understand me? So we never too
What?
on the opponent.
You can't be dumb. You know, be dumb beholden, man.
If we beat the mighty your team, you must get
Harold Thomas is back, you know.
Yeah, need some more time, man. To get
Although they have lost Cardell Benbow. Cardell Benbow has moved to Costa Rica, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good one. That's
Arnett has played Dunbeholden 8 times. They have won 4, drawn 3, and Dunbeholden has only won once against.
All right, learn that money's man.
Yeah, but unseen. Hold on, unseen, because you were the same one last week, you know. Where I tell you, say stats don't matter.
True, man. You can't work that way. Stats don't matter, but baseball, I know stats not my favor, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, the stats only work, Brian, when it's in unseen favor, you know. That's the only time then the stats. When the stats only matter when it is in favor of his team. Outside of that, it doesn't matter.
Money's man. 3 low.
For who?
On it, man.
Okay. Hope you remember that score line, you know.
I mean, Fabian Reed.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, they asked Fabian Reed about the goal that he scored, and him say, in the top 2. So he's getting better with age.
Money's
So,
man.
okay.
That goal is the goal of the season so far, right? Tell you.
Really? No, man. The goal
Yeah,
of the
man.
season that you see on TV.
Goal of the season.
Yes,
That
that
was
you
it.
see on TV.
That was his 73rd goal for Arnett Garden.
Yeah.
And 61. 61 in the Premier League, 73 goals for Arnett Garden. 73 goals in his goal scoring career, Fabian Reed.
Jebison, I think, has scored the best goal in the Premier League so far. But I don't think it was on TV.
Of course, that was on TV.
It was?
Of course.
That was a goal.
That was a good goal, but this one was far.
And the Mobia goal, the Montego United goal when the corner kick.
Yeah.
in.
That one is the best one.
When the corner kick came in and the keeper punched it or something, and the guy spunk it.
No, the keeper didn't punch it, hit the bar.
Hit the bar, yeah, and the man hit it back one time. That was a goal as well.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
But man is man.
Yeah.
The midfield of Arnett though, I think they're gonna start with the same midfield. I think Shea Smith will be there as well. So I think that midfield is going to be hard to beat. That midfield to get past those players.
All right. Listen, people. Super Friday. Remember, drop your super stickers, your super chat before you go. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Want to thank Brian from Mullines for being on. Mr. Andrew Pryce, he was also on from Humble Lion. Unseen Sport, the Arnett Gardens fan, he's on. Mr. Rudolph Speed, the Cavaliers fan, he's on. We should have had
man is man. Arnett and the Cavaliers.
Arnett and Cavaliers. You notice he picked Arnett first, so he's Arnett first, Cavaliers second. That's Unseen.
Told him the right person, man. No job though.
He just said that because Mr. Speed is on the program. You understand?
No. You can't tell. No, you can't say that, man is man. I tell you, I'm not Mr. Speed.
All right, and then we should have had the Faulkland coach on with and the Mobia United coach on. We didn't have them on. We need to find a way of getting somebody from Mount Pleasant on. They have become very, difficult to grab a hold of. But I want to thank all of you. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, share. Remember the super stickers and the super chat before you go. Again, join us 5:30. We'll be having CFU General Secretary. His name is Kamara David. He's going to be talking to us, and that is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. We also have...
You need to ask him if he know Michael Ricketts.
Then he must know Michael Ricketts.
Just checking. You have to verify him,
Verify.
Yeah, Michael Lucas is the vice president, so you have to kind of make sure I'm the right person.
All right, Mr. Speed. I mean, we see all kind of leaks from your side. I told we're going to have to talk to you. We see jersey getting leaked. You understand me? Some people are saying that we should have stick to Umbro because the design them not look pretty at all. But I'm saying maybe because it's the leak version we have seen, you know. So looking forward to seeing the full thing roll out. Coaches are.
Leader say you have 12 national or former national players among present right now.
Leader came on and Leader said, how many players Cavaliers have that have been called up in the last year?
No, but him just make a different point.
Then he gone on and he make a different point and put name in there. That is Leader for you, you know. That's why some of the people them call him Leaker, you know.
But you know, the Mount Pleasant have 8 Cavalier player down there.
You hear you know?
Cavalier player. You want to bet me with this?
Let me see if I can get them. So, Mad Dog was a Cavalier player.
Yeah.
Topi was a Cavalier player.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Mad Dog. Who's Mad Dog?
Yeah, man. Topi, Mad Dog, Cavalier player. Sigri.
No. Mad Dog.
Rankin. Duxley. No more.
Sule. Play for Cavalier.
Yeah, in short, but
yeah. Daily.
What's
Yeah.
Daily?
Power. Nick Daily.
Power.
Ocean Roberts.
No, him not at Mount Pleasant.
Not there again.
How long him leave?
I didn't know that. There's one more.
Clear and Pryce are there again.
No.
Clear is
one
not
more.
7 months.
No, there's one more. There's one more. Or 2 more. When we get them, we can make it. When they come to me. Russell.
Which Russell?
The goalkeeper.
Chambers are the goalkeeper, man.
Russell not keep with them and Chambers come out of goal.
Okay.
So
how much Mount Pleasant player you have up there?
1. Sorry. 2, 3. Youths. But them are youth. 3 16-year-old.
Yeah. That's really, yeah, that's it.
I'm missing somebody, you know. And 9 you have, you know. I'm missing somebody, you know.
Which other player? No other player not there, man. That is it.
No, I miss one, man. Okay. And then you soon get Hamilton. Okay. Must be him at the 9th one.
According to Hamilton agent, he's not going to Mount Pleasant. According to Hamilton agent. So
who am agent leader?
Yeah.
No, that's a question.
Leader everybody agent, you know.
So and anyway, and Clean Pryce, I just true you say him that him got, but no loan you send him pan.
No, man, he has been released.
So you see, say you almost have a team a Cavalier player down a Mount Pleasant. You know something, I need to sell you 2 more and make sure it says a full team down. Because you have a goalkeeper come right up, you know. You have just a right back you need from me.
Right.
I hear you, sir.
Ocean Roberts a right back. You don't need a right back.
I hear you, sir. See, the man are going like you want to grow in Mount Pleasant team. Wait, listen, if it title, you know.
Okay. I'm sure you will.
And then all the talking will done.
I'm sure you will.
Me? Coach
sure you will.
The only way that happens is unless management become a part of the manager.
Yeah.
No worry yourself.
I'm a think say you should get like 700,000 a month.
All right, seems me going to come manage the team.
I heard that too, you know.
What?
I heard that.
You just said that out of the blues, you know.
No, but I heard that. Mind careful when you're talking. I heard that.
And we're gonna put
Manny's me hear that too.
What? Man, when that joke, man. No. Me just Brian, you have feedback, but you know. No, man, me just said that because I would put, remember, director of football who is Paul Christie and Roy Simpson who is the team manager.
Man is man, you know what I'm going to say, like, hey, you see you?
Eh?
Man is man, we heard that too.
So Anthony, you hear that too?
I hear
We hear it from you. We hear it from you.
And you know everything, because you all have the transfer documents them. Right.
You hear it from man.
One thing, there's no available spot for the head of the technical committee. You understand?
That's your job. That's your spot. That's your spot. That's your spot.
You know, we don't want any conflict of interest. You understand me?
Yeah.
Around Cavaliers and me, the head of the technical committee.
No, FIFA is very clear that no one person should be a member of two clubs. FIFA is very, very clear about that. So
Yeah. Yeah, what?
Only what? Only what?
You cannot be a member of two clubs. You can only be a member of one club. FIFA is very clear.
Yeah.
But man, you know, say me leave out one person. We just can't remember who right now. But that is true, man. You have a lot of Cavalier players.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Russell name. Anyway, so we're gonna close out because like I said, we have an important one, 5:30.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed, thanks as usual. Good show. I mean, the fact that we were able to get Mr. Pryce, Brian, you on the same show, very good. And stuff. Also, people remember that the link for the jerseys are out. We had up the link earlier. You can go on the site. And
if you don't want to go on the site, when you come to a Cavalier game, just talk to one of the Cavalier person. And the jerseys that we have for sale is we have extra large, medium, and small. Those are the sizes that we have. And you can just talk to any Cavalier person. We can deal with it.
See there, people. That is the link. You understand me? You can go to that link, and then once you go to that link, $55 for them. You understand me? If you're local, that's around 8,000 Jamaican. Not true.
Yes, 8,300 something.
Yeah, somewhere there. There you go. So the brain at work. So get your jersey, support your team. We're gonna see if we can get one and give out to, we don't know yet. We'll see if we can get one from one of the clubs and give to, one of our but you have to make sure say at the team they support, because if you support Cavaliers, we can't give you a Mount Pleasant jersey, because that wouldn't make no sense. You understand me? Yeah. So again, respect. Thanks to every one of you for being a part of the show. We won't be away for long. In 1 hour time, join us back for that big interview with the General Secretary for the Caribbean Footballing Union. I am management. That's Mr. Rudolph Speed. Up there you see Unseen Sports TV watching Aston Villa versus Leeds. You understand me? And big up to Brian having some feedback. But you don't know, always appreciate having him on. Listen, people, remember to hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. You understand me? Make sure that you also share the content with others. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And when it gets to this point, we say always we are over and we are O-U-T out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.